First of all, you heard Vito bring it up, so I want to ask you, Sarah, why did they go for the manslaughter charge and not the murder charge? Because when you watch that video and you think about this little boy, you want murder. Why manslaughter?
Yeah, Brian, because this case was overcharged, okay? The murder charge was not supported. There simply wasn't enough evidence to support malice murder, second degree, and there certainly was no evidence to support first degree premeditated murder. So manslaughter was always the right charge, and the prosecutors did the right thing by asking for this lesser instruction when they rested. I think the defense should have objected to it, but it gave the jury an ability to find him guilty of some sort of homicide, which is, I think, the appropriate charge. And to your point, there was such great disdain, for Gregor by this jury that even Dr. Bodden couldn't turn this around. I mean, it's clear, obviously, by this verdict. And so you're talking about the treadmill video, you're talking about photos of bruising, all of this sort of swayed the jury against him to where they absolutely wanted him convicted of some form of homicide. And because of the lack of evidence to support a malice charge, then they went with manslaughter. And I think this is the correct verdict.
Dave, I go back to the 100 calls to Child Protective Services, the fact that nothing was done, that they were ignored. Is that criminal? Should someone be held criminally responsible? Does that ever happen?
Brian, the incompetence of government employees is rarely criminal. You'd have to show something more, something intentional, or something so reckless that it pierces the immunity that government employees get. Sadly, these offices are underfunded around the country, and you see these tragedies, and then there's calls for reform, but rarely does anyone go to jail. So I think it's doubtful. There will be lots of civil suits, and there's already one here, and someone's going to have to pay, but nothing can bring this child back. And I want to add something. I agree with everything Sarah said. I do think that it was going to be an uphill battle to get first-degree murder because the prosecutors said that the treadmill incident did not cause the death of the child. It was blunt force trauma, so it occurred afterwards. But the jury clearly hated this guy, and they wanted him to go to prison. And when they saw that video, that guy's goose was cooked, and so they went for the highest charge that could be sustained based on the evidence.
Let me just add something to it.
You say, Dave, though, that it had... Well, hold on. I want to say one quick thing to Dave, because he said that it would have to be something so reckless for a government employee to be charged, but the kid is dead. I mean, if you're going to have a case where you go after people who dropped the ball, wouldn't this be the case, Dave?
It could be, but again, you have a level of government sovereign immunity with these government employees, and so just being incompetent isn't enough. It's got to be so terrible where literally they're being told and they're shown videos and they refuse to do anything and they sit on their hands. So it's always a possibility, but don't expect it. Those cases are so rare. The person who will go to prison for it is right there on the screen, the defendant.
Yeah. Sarah, do you think the defense made a mistake not putting the dad on the stand? Because it's almost like you needed some kind of explanation, I feel like, as a juror when you see this awful video.
That's exactly what I was going to say. In the face of all of these bad facts and the fact that this guy was a monster, the jury heard nothing that mitigated that, right? And the only person that could have introduced those facts was Gregor. And I think the intention was to put him on the stand. Of course, it's his right, or to take the stand or not. It's his choice. But he made that stupid call to his mother from the jail, and that boxed him into a decision not to take. Right. So, but look, the treadmill video.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I know that we can't all watch it to the end, but if you do keep watching it, you actually see him decreasing the speed again. And of course, there's no audio to that video, so somebody needed to explain that video. The driving around state to state, nonchalantly dropping the kid off at the ER, text messages, online searches. He had to explain those things. He wasn't able to do that because he made that stupid mistake of coaching his mother on the jail call. So I think this was a case where he, despite his criminal record, he has an assault record, he should have taken the stand but couldn't.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to NewsNationNow.com, NewsNationNow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.